Have you noticed that walking in a straight line feels harder now than it did a few years ago? Maybe you drift slightly to one side without meaning to. Maybe you reach for walls, furniture, or railings without even thinking about it. Maybe you slow down on uneven ground or feel a brief moment of panic when you step off a curb. If you're over 70, here's what you need to know. Losing your balance is not always just aging. In many cases, specific physical changes are making walking harder, and several of them can be meaningfully improved with the right approach. In this video, you'll learn the 7 most common reasons people over 70 struggle to walk steadily, and the practical steps that help restore confidence, stability, and independence. No fluff, no filler. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. First thing you need to understand. Walking looks simple. It isn't. Every single step requires 3 separate systems working together at the exact same time. Your muscles generate the force needed to propel your body forward. Your eyes constantly tell your brain where you are in space and what's coming next. And your balance system, located deep inside the inner ear, measures movement, acceleration, and body position in real time. Then your brain takes all of that incoming information, combines it, and makes thousands of tiny micro adjustments every single minute just to keep you upright and moving forward. When one system weakens, the others compensate. The body is remarkably good at covering for a weak link. When 2 systems weaken at the same time, walking becomes noticeably harder. You might not know exactly why. You just know something feels off. When 3 systems weaken at once, that's when people begin saying things like, "I don't trust my balance anymore. I feel unsteady when I turn too fast. I walk slower because I'm genuinely afraid of falling. I avoid certain places because I'm not sure I can manage." These statements are not signs of weakness. They're signs that the body is communicating something important. The good news is that balance problems usually have identifiable causes. And once you identify the cause clearly, you can target the solution specifically. That's what this video is about. Quick thing before we continue. If this is already connecting dots for you, subscribe now for practical health information every single week, and drop a comment below. What age are you right now? Your answer genuinely helps shape future videos and topics. Back to balance. Number 7, walking less. The quiet mistake that gradually accelerates instability. Here's what's happening. Balance works like a skill, not a possession. The less you use it, the weaker it becomes. Your nervous system depends on repeated, regular movement to maintain coordination pathways between your muscles, joints, and brain. Think of it like a trail through a dense forest. Walk it often and the path stays clear, wide, and easy to follow. Stop using it and vegetation grows back. The trail begins to disappear. After 70, inactivity causes faster declines in strength, reaction time, and coordination than it does in younger adults. The decline is not linear either. It accelerates the longer activity is reduced. A week of bed rest from illness can set back balance function significantly. A month of minimal walking compounds the problem. Research supports this directly. A large 2022 analysis of older adults found that lower physical activity levels were strongly associated with increased fall risk and significantly poorer balance performance compared with active peers of the same age. The difference between active and inactive older adults in terms of balance scores was striking. Many people reduce walking after a minor fall, a health scare, or simply because it feels less comfortable than it used to. That caution is understandable, but reduced activity often creates the very instability that made walking feel uncomfortable in the first place. It becomes a cycle that quietly worsens over time. What to do? Walk daily. Start with 10 minutes if that's honestly where you are today. There is no shame in 10 minutes. Add 1 or 2 minutes every few days as your confidence builds. Include turns, changes in direction, and varied surfaces when safe to do so. Walking on grass, gravel, or slightly uneven ground challenges your balance system in ways that flat pavement does not. Most people notice improved confidence and endurance within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent daily walking. Number 6, vision changes. Your balance system is losing critical information it depends on. Here's what's happening. Your eyes are not just for seeing where you're going. They are one of the 3 primary balance organs your brain relies on. Your eyes constantly provide real-time location data, contrast information, and depth perception to your brain. Cataracts, Age-related macular changes, reduced contrast sensitivity, and general visual decline make that information less reliable and less precise. Think of it like trying to drive through thick fog. The road itself hasn't changed. Your ability to see it clearly has. And when you can't see clearly, you slow down, you hesitate, and your confidence drops. After 70, even mild vision decline that doesn't feel dramatic can significantly affect walking stability. A 2021 study involving thousands of older adults found that visual impairment was associated with substantially higher rates of falls and mobility limitations compared with individuals maintaining healthy vision. What's particularly important is that many people in that study were not even aware their vision had declined enough to matter. They had simply adapted gradually without realizing it. What to do? Schedule a comprehensive eye examination every single year. Not every 2 or 3 years, every year. Update glasses when the prescription changes. Improve lighting throughout your home, especially in transitional spaces. Add brighter bulbs near stairs, hallways, bathrooms, and the path from your bedroom to the bathroom at night. Use night lights consistently. Many people notice meaningfully increased confidence within just days of correcting a vision problem they didn't even know had developed. Number 5, weak leg muscles, the physical foundation underneath every single step. Here's what's happening. Every time you walk, stand up from a chair, climb stairs, step over a threshold, or recover from a stumble, your leg muscles are acting as emergency stabilizers. They generate force, absorb shock, and react to unexpected shifts in your body weight. Age-related muscle loss, known medically as sarcopenia, progressively reduces strength, power, and reaction speed across all major muscle groups. Think of your muscles as shock absorbers on a vehicle. When they're functioning properly, you barely notice bumps and irregularities. When they weaken, every imperfection in the road becomes harder to manage. You feel every bump more intensely. After 70, muscle loss accelerates noticeably when strength training is absent from daily life. And the leg muscles responsible for balance, specifically the quadriceps, glutes, calves, and hip stabilizers, are often among the first to weaken significantly. Research from multiple long-term aging studies has consistently and repeatedly shown that lower leg strength is one of the strongest predictors of slower walking speed, poorer functional balance, and greater fall risk in older adults. Grip strength, which reflects overall muscle quality, is similarly predictive. What to do? Perform sit-to-stands from a firm chair 2 to 3 times weekly. This means sitting down and standing up using your legs, with minimal hand support if possible. Start with one set of 8 to 10 repetitions. As strength builds, add a second set or increase repetitions. Add step-ups, supported squats against a wall, or resistance band exercises around the ankles and thighs if appropriate for your fitness level. A physiotherapist can guide progressive programs tailored specifically to your starting point. Most people notice meaningfully stronger movement and noticeably better stability within 6 to 8 weeks of consistent training. Number 4, peripheral neuropathy. Your feet aren't sending accurate signals anymore. Here's what's happening. The nerves in your feet and lower legs are constantly reporting critical information to your brain. Pressure, position, surface texture, temperature changes, and movement. This constant stream of sensory data is what allows your brain to make accurate balance adjustments in real time. Peripheral neuropathy damages those communication pathways. Diabetes is one common cause, but not the only one. Vitamin B12 deficiency, certain chemotherapy drugs, alcohol use, and other conditions can also damage peripheral nerves over time. Think of it like a telephone line with significant static or interference. The message is sent from your feet, but only fragments actually arrive at your brain. And when your brain is working with incomplete information, balance adjustments become slower and less accurate. After 70, reduced sensation in the feet can dramatically affect walking stability because the brain is essentially navigating with an incomplete map of where the body is positioned in space. Studies following older adults with peripheral neuropathy consistently show significantly higher rates of instability and falls compared with adults without nerve involvement. Many people describe the sensation as walking on foam rubber, thick socks, or soft cushions. Others describe a feeling of not quite trusting the ground beneath them, even though they can see it clearly. What to do? If you notice numbness, tingling, burning, pins and needles, or noticeably reduced sensation in your feet or lower legs, discuss it specifically with your healthcare provider. Identifying and managing underlying causes is absolutely critical. balance training, targeted strength exercises for foot and ankle stability, and appropriately supportive footwear often improve function meaningfully over several months. Don't dismiss these sensations as simply getting older. Number 3. Medication side effects. Stability problems hiding in plain sight on your medicine cabinet shelf. Here's what's happening. Many common medications that older adults take regularly affect alertness, blood pressure regulation, reaction speed, or neuromuscular coordination. Sleep medications, certain anxiety medications, some pain medications including opioids, specific antihistamines, and even certain blood pressure treatments can all increase unsteadiness as a side effect. Think of your brain as the conductor of an orchestra. Every instrument needs clear direction delivered at the right speed. When certain medications slow down communication across the nervous system, the conductor's signals arrive late or muddled. The orchestra stumbles. After 70, the body processes and metabolizes medications differently than it did at 40 or 50. Lower doses produce stronger effects. Side effects become more pronounced. Interactions between multiple medications become more complex. Large studies of older adults have repeatedly found that people taking multiple medications simultaneously, particularly those affecting the central nervous system, experience significantly higher rates of falls and documented balance problems compared with those taking fewer medications. What to do? Review every prescription medication, every over-the-counter medication, and every supplement you take with your doctor or pharmacist. Do this at least annually, and whenever a new medication is added, ask specifically and directly whether any current medications may be contributing to unsteadiness, dizziness, or slowed reaction time. Never stop any prescription medication on your own without medical guidance, but understand that medication review is one of the most impactful and often overlooked steps in fall prevention. Many people discover genuine opportunities for adjustment, substitution, or dose modification that improve steadiness within weeks. Number 2, inner ear decline. Your body's built-in gyroscope is gradually weakening. Here's what's happening. Located deep inside the inner ear is the vestibular system. This remarkable structure detects movement, acceleration, deceleration, and head position in every direction. It sends constant signals to your brain about how your body is oriented in space. Think of it as your body's internal gyroscope. When vestibular function declines, your brain receives less accurate, less timely information about exactly where you are and how you're moving. After 70, age-related vestibular changes become increasingly common. The tiny hair cells inside the vestibular organs gradually diminish in number and sensitivity. The result is that balance becomes less automatic, particularly during specific situations. Turning quickly, walking in dim lighting, moving through visually busy environments like crowded stores, or transitioning from lying down to standing. Research has consistently demonstrated that vestibular dysfunction becomes progressively more prevalent with age and is strongly associated with falls, chronic dizziness, and significantly impaired mobility in older adults. Common signs include drifting or veering while walking, difficulty turning corners without grabbing something, feeling significantly less stable in low light or darkness, and brief sensations of spinning or tilting when changing head position. What to do? If balance issues are accompanied by dizziness, a sense of spinning, or noticeable motion sensitivity, discuss vestibular evaluation specifically with your healthcare provider. Vestibular rehabilitation is a specialized form of physical therapy that uses specific exercises to help the brain compensate for inner ear decline. It has a strong evidence base for improving symptoms. Many people notice meaningful progress within 4 to 8 weeks of consistent guided vestibular training. Number 1, reduced balance reserve. The hidden reason walking suddenly seems so much harder. Here's the twist that changes how you think about all of this. Most people assume one single thing is causing their balance problems. They search for the one issue, the one diagnosis, the one fix. In reality, balance declines most significantly when several smaller changes occur simultaneously across multiple systems. Picture this scenario. Your leg strength drops by 15%. Your vision becomes slightly less sharp around the edges. You become less active for 6 weeks after a minor illness. You start taking one additional medication. Your reaction speed slows by a fraction of a second. Your inner ear function declines slightly. Individually, none of those changes seem dramatic enough to explain significant balance problems. Each one in isolation seems manageable. Together, they overwhelm your balance reserve. Balance reserve is your body's safety margin. It's the buffer between functioning adequately and feeling genuinely unstable. When you're younger, that margin is generous and wide. You can trip on an uneven sidewalk, turn quickly to look behind you, or walk on a dark, unfamiliar path and recover without drama. After 70, that reserve naturally becomes smaller. Now every single system matters more than it used to. A small vision problem that would have been irrelevant at 50 now matters considerably. A small strength loss that barely affected walking at 55 now matters significantly. A minor medication side effect matters more. A brief period of inactivity matters more. A slight inner ear decline matters more. Researchers studying aging and mobility have repeatedly and consistently found that balance problems in older adults rarely stem from one isolated cause. Instead, they result from the accumulation of multiple small deficits across physical, sensory, and neurological systems working simultaneously. No single deficit is necessarily catastrophic, but their combination is what tips the balance, quite literally. This is why so many people feel frustrated and confused. They address one issue diligently and expect everything to improve substantially. But balance is a team sport. You can strengthen one player all you want, but the whole team still has to perform together for the game to go well. Here's the genuinely encouraging part about understanding this. It means you do not need a miracle solution or a single dramatic intervention. You need multiple small improvements happening at the same time. Increase leg strength, improve vision, review medications, walk more consistently, train balance directly and specifically, address nerve or inner ear problems, improve your home lighting, reduce unnecessary sedentary time. Each improvement restores a little bit of your balance reserve, and those improvements accumulate. This is also where many people give up too early. They try one exercise for a week and expect dramatic change. They don't see immediate results and conclude that nothing will work for them. The body doesn't operate on that timeline. Balance improvements are cumulative and gradual. Every week of consistent training builds on the week before it. Every strength gain improves movement quality slightly. Every step reinforces coordination pathways in the nervous system. Every adjustment adds a little more reserve to the system. The practical approach. Build balance systematically across multiple areas at once. Start with daily walking as your foundation. Add chair stands 3 times weekly to rebuild leg strength. Practice standing near a sturdy support on one leg for 10 to 20 seconds, progressing gradually. Improve lighting throughout your home, especially at night. Schedule eye examinations annually without exception. Review medications with your doctor or pharmacist at least once a year. Address dizziness, numbness, tingling, or unexplained weakness early rather than waiting and hoping it resolves on its own. Most importantly, track your progress monthly rather than daily. Daily changes are too subtle to perceive and lead to discouragement. Monthly changes are often genuinely noticeable and motivating. Many older adults who commit to consistent multi-system balance training report greater walking confidence, faster comfortable walking speed, easier stair climbing, stronger recovery from stumbles, and meaningfully less fear of falling within 2 to 3 months of beginning. That timeline is realistic. That progress is achievable. Because balance isn't disappearing overnight. And improvement doesn't happen overnight either. But improvement happens. The people who successfully regain confidence and stability are rarely the ones searching for a secret trick or a single magic solution. They're the ones making small, consistent, targeted changes across multiple systems simultaneously and giving their bodies adequate time to respond. And that is exactly why reduced balance reserve is number 1 on this list. It's not a single diagnosis, it's the pattern that ties every other factor together. So here's what I want you to do right now. Don't try to fix all 7 things today. That's overwhelming and unsustainable. Pick 3. Just 3 to start. Maybe that's daily walking, scheduling an eye examination, and practicing chair, stands 3 times a week. Maybe it's reviewing your medications with your doctor, increasing your daily activity, and discussing dizziness or numbness with your healthcare provider. Spend the next 30 days genuinely focused on those 3 areas. Track how steady you feel on a simple scale. Track how confidently you walk in different situations. Then honestly evaluate what has changed at the end of that month. That's the whole plan to start. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 7 factors sounds most familiar to your experience? And which one surprised you the most? Your honest answer helps the next person watching this video realize they are not alone in dealing with this. That recognition matters more than you might think. If someone in your life is over 70 and struggling with balance or confidence while walking, share this video with them. One conversation, one shared video can prevent a fall, restore someone's confidence, and genuinely help a person stay independent and mobile for longer. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. New videos every week focused on practical health information that actually matters to real people. The difference between losing confidence and successfully regaining it often comes down to one thing: understanding clearly what is happening inside your body and why. Information alone doesn't change lives. Action does. Start with 3 changes. Stay consistent. Give your body the time it needs to respond. It will respond. See you in the next one.